So I read this article in the New York Times. It's basically an interview with someone who dated for a long time Sergeant Matthew Livelsberger, the guy who blew himself up in a Cybertruck in Las Vegas. And I cried. She called him a deeply loving guy, really loving guy, with a deep well of integrity. Yeah. And he was a soldier with PTSD. I've never been a soldier. Closest I've gotten was being accepted to West Point. My dad filled out the application. I rejected that acceptance. My dad was a soldier in Stalin's Polish army, the LWP. He marched in World War II from Russia all the way by foot to Berlin to victory for a good cause. But, he had PTSD. I didn't know that back then. No one described anything as PTSD. They called people like my dad moody. And he was a good dad, loved his 2 sons, tough guy, carpenter with muscles on him, settled his arguments with his fists. I'd see him do that. Saw him knock out people. But I didn't know what was going on inside his head until one week my mom left because she was taking care of a relative who was having a difficult pregnancy. And there was a thunderstorm outside in the middle of the night, and my dad crawled into my bed. I'm 14 years old, starts sobbing and starts holding on to me. And when the storm was over, he just said to me, thanks. That's all he said. Got out of bed, went to his own bed. When my mom came home, I told her about this. And she just nodded her head. She said, you think that's unusual? I've been doing that every thunderstorm ever since we've been married. 80% of my dad's troop died in the war. We're not meant to fight wars. Not here. Not here. Sergeant Matthew Livelsberger, super soldier, Green Beret for 20 years? Can you imagine what the effect of that is on someone's head? My father fought in a good war for a good cause, but there was emotional damage to him and I don't know how many others. There's always emotional damage, and when we fight war, we better do it for a damn good cause. When I think of someone like Matthew Livelsberger, I think, may he rest in peace.